Hey guys, Michael here with the Crispy Noodle. I'm standing here with Steve from Wimbus Studios. We're talking about his new game, The Island of Eternal Struggle. How you guys doing? Tell us a little bit about this new game you guys have.
All right, The Island of Eternal Struggle is a turn-based RPG, kind of similar in styles to some of the favorites of the SNES era, but with a lot of like what we wanted in an RPG injected into it. It's got a lot of class-based mechanics similar to Final Fantasy V, but with a lot of twists. For example, you couldn't play as a Disco Mancer or a Booze Bound, so we're switching it up a little bit. It's also got action-based mechanics similar to something like Super Mario RPG that we think a lot of fans of the genre would really like.
Okay, cool. So you're taking those classic staples of the genre and you're modernizing it. You're bringing a unique, modern twist to it with, a completely different subject matter. It's not standard fantasy. What would you classify the game as? The tone of it, because you have all these crazy, DJ enemies and ravers and stuff. So how do you classify the tone and the vibe of it?
That's a great question. I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. But what's important is that it's an RPG adventure, right? It's not just a grind. You're not just going through and fighting wave after enemies. You're going through mini games. You're going to these ridiculous environments that you wouldn't expect in a traditional RPG, and that's what we love about it.
Yeah, and well, I got to sample the game yesterday, and it seems like it's at a point where there's a lot of features already implemented. It's very polished. I love the old school 8-bit. Is it 8-bit graphics or 16-bit? I don't know.
It's something in between.
Something in between. Okay. Yeah. But I love that retro vibe that you guys have going on. Tell us a little bit about the development process. What's it been like? Brainstorming this and implementing all these features that you have in the game now.
So it's kind of funny. We have a plan. We know how we think things are going to go, and we end up going in totally different directions every time we start working on something, and that's kind of the fun of it. We can go in any direction we want at any time. We have a plan, we're trying to stick to it, but we ended up adding in so much extra stuff that it gets even better every time we work on it.
Yeah, and speaking of stuff you're adding in, I noticed that I was playing with a controller the other day. So, the first question that I have to ask pertaining to that is, what platforms are you planning to release on? Are there any plans for maybe, console releases? Is that a feature that you guys are thinking about adding in?
I'm so glad you've asked, Mike. So we would like to release on Sony platforms, PS3, PS4 if we could. We currently have a relationship with Sony. Our only roadblock is we need some dev kits. So we're currently on Kickstarter, and we're trying to get some funding so that we can go ahead and release for the platform that we'd love to release on.
That's awesome news, because personally, me and Rich here, we're Sony guys. So this came to the PlayStation. I would love to pick this up and give it a shot. And it seems like one of those RPGs you can just really get into and spend a lot of time with. Tell us a little bit about gameplay length and that sort of stuff. What can players expect when they eventually get their hands on it?
This is definitely a full-length RPG. So right now in development, we have 5 hours of playable content, and we're not done. So we've got more to add. We want this to be an experience that you'll remember.
That sounds awesome. And once again, it's on Kickstarter, correct? Did you just launch the Kickstarter?
We launched on Thursday.
Launched on Thursday, all right. So plenty of time for players to jump in there and donate to help this project become a reality.
Correct.
Awesome. Are you guys on social media? Where can people find out more about the project?
We're all over the place. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, wimbusstudios.com, where we have a dev blog that we update every week, and you can find us on Kickstarter now as well.
Wow, that's awesome. So there you have it, folks. Make sure you check out The Island of Eternal Struggle on Kickstarter, Facebook, Twitter, their website. I'm really looking forward to this one. It looks like it's going to be great. This has been Michael with Steve from Wimbus Studios here at TooManyGames 2015. Thank you.